Okay, so linear equations. What this is kind of the beginning of algebra. We're going to just kind of dip our toes in the water of algebra, and then we're going to run away. We're not going to do a whole lot of algebra. You'll learn how to do this a little bit more at the end of the year. Like there's a big equation that goes with it. If you've studied any algebra, you might know it. That's okay. We're going to kind of do the shortcut. And what the shortcut says is what we do is we look at the points on the graph. Okay, so see this point right there? What is that point? Over 0, down how many? -3. So we're going to put these numbers in a table. So we've got 0, 3 there. Then we have, let me see if I can get a different color and maybe a thinner marker. Okay, that red point right there. What's that red point right there? We're over 1, down how many? Over 1, down 2. So we put that in the table. And then maybe we look at this point here. I'm having trouble with this pen. We are over 2, down, what? 1. Okay, so we create the table from the graph. Is that hard yet? No, that's easy. Okay, now I want you to think back to nth term. Remember when we did that? Let's see in our notebooks, we did that 1021. It's on page 15 of your notebook. We did it a long time ago. And we had this formula. And the formula was dn. What would D stand for? The difference. And n was just our variable. So dn plus a minus d. And a was the first letter of the alphabet, so it was our first number. The number that went with 1, not the number that went with 0. It was what did go with 1. And D was our difference. So looking at this graph, what is our difference between these numbers here? Aren't we going up 1 every time? So our difference would be 1. Okay, but instead of n as our variable this time, we're going to use x. Does it really matter? Okay, so what if we had y equals 2x plus 1? Okay, what if they gave us the equation and we wanted to know what would the graph look like? We're still going to use the table. Now, what are really easy x numbers? What did we have on that last graph? We had 0, 1, 2, right? Aren't those some pretty easy numbers to plug in and figure out? So let's put for x 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2. And then this is just like nth term again. Remember nth term we always did 1, 2, 3? Remember 1, 2, 3? And we plugged it in for the n. We're going to do the same thing for the x. So what if x was 0? What's 2 times 0? 0. Plus 1? 1. Okay, what if x was 1? What's 2 times 1? 2. Plus 1? 3. And what if x was 2? 2 times 2? 4. Plus 1? 5. Is this hard math yet? No. If I have an x and a y, can I graph these? Can you graph those if you have the x and the y? Okay. So x is 0, y is 1. Wouldn't that be right about there? Okay. X is 1. So we go over 1. Y is 3. So we go up 3. Right about there? Okay. X is 2. Y is 5. So right about there. If I wanted a line, couldn't I just connect those with a line? Yeah. Watch this. Let's see if I can figure this out really easy. Perfect. So this line right here, and we always add the little arrows to the end to show it's a line, is y equals 2x plus 1. Okay, last one. What if I gave you the points? Could you find the equation and could you graph it? So let's just change it up a little bit. What if you had 0, 2, 4 as your x? Okay, what if you had 0, 2, 4 as your x? And then they told you your y was 3, 7, 11. Okay, could we plot those? Yes, that would be really easy. Could we do that first? Yeah, everybody plot these points. Over 0, up 3 would be right there. Over 2, up 7 would go off the graph, or right to the edge of the graph, right? So can I plot 411? Not on this graph. But can we still connect 2 points to make a line? Absolutely. Okay? Absolutely. Okay. And yes, this should be over 2, but all the way up to that 7. Okay, so we can connect the line. I'm going to have to move it just a little bit. I don't know if I can. Okay, so we have the line. That's about right. We add the little arrows to the end. And now we need to find the equation. Now, when we did nth term, did we ever figure it out 0, 2, 4? No. We always had to have them go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this 0, 1, 2. What do we know 0 is? 3. And what do we know 2 is? 7. So what are we missing here? 3, 5, 7, right? Do you see how that would go there? 3, 5, 7? Okay. What's our 0 number? 3. Didn't we say that whatever goes with 0 is added or subtracted at the end? Why am I adding it? It's positive. If it was -3, I would subtract it. Okay. We're going to do a whole bunch of practice on this, guys. So don't think this is like 3 days. This is just the beginning of day 1. Okay. We said our variable is going to be x, and we have to say y equals something. What is our difference? 2, right? Down here, our difference is 2, right? So it is 2x. 2x plus 3. Because if we did a minus d, the first number is 5 minus the difference of 2 is 3. Now, I'm going to show you one more little shortcut, and I'll do it in orange over here. Instead of having to write it out like this down here, to get that 2, what you could do is how much did the y change over how much did the x change? So let's look at this right here. From 7 to 3, how much is that? 4. So y is on top, x is on bottom. How much did the x change from 0 to 2? 2. What's 4 divided by 2? 2. So see how we can get that 2 without having to rewrite the whole chart right there. Y over x. How much did y change? How much did x change?